Hey guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House. Just wanted to show off some of my food preps, guys. An update for you. If you've been watching my channel for any length of time, you know I recently put together a bunch of long-term food storage in Mylar packets. And then I just put what the ingredient is with the date, and they're kind of like in little self-serve, one packet per person per meal, and they're pretty much, don't get me wrong, there's a little bit of air in there, so to remedy that I bought the proper vacuum and sealing machine combo. So it'll remove the air out of these packets and whatever. But the thing is, I have oxygen absorbers, but I didn't bother throwing them in these smaller packets because when it sucks the bag in really tight, once the oxygen is gone, it makes basically a vacuum, similar to when you use the sealing machine that I just spoke of. It will really compress the bag down, which is good in some cases, but I'm not too worried right now on these. But I'll show you what else I got in here. I got a ton of these, guys. Barley, and mostly barley. I did the rice-a-roni as well. But I threw in some. These are already sealed in Mylar containers, 3 pouches of water flavoring, basically. Make your own little juice, because eventually you guys will get sick of water, even though that's what you have to use to live. I just threw some of those in. I have a big thing of multivitamins, a year's worth. If you had to ration these, you could always cut them in half and get 2 years out of them. So a whole ton of stuff is down in here, guys. I got, you know, different flavoring packages for my dry goods. I have dry good pastas, so you want to have some type of sauce for that. So they do make actual spaghetti sauce already in right from the factory, Mylar packets, just like that you see here. You just want to inspect the packets before you leave the store, because I know I've bought in packets before where sometimes you can see a little tear starting, and that's something you don't want to really trust for long term. And I got so much stuff, guys, it's ridiculous. All kinds of different flavoring, because when you have dry goods, guys, I've never met a person who doesn't put anything on their just dry beans, or you gotta have salt, pepper, some type of flavoring, and you want a variety. So we got creamy garlic. You can throw this on most likely pasta, a pasta dish, but you could probably just use a small amount on some rice. I don't think you'd want a whole lot on rice or anything, and then throw some beans in. Just if you're scrimping and you want a little flavor, guys, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. And then there's all kinds of different things like gravies. For if you're able to hunt some small game or large game, have a little protein source, and you have a little flavoring, so it's just not the raw meat, or cooked meat in everybody's case. And then, you know, I got tons of stuff in here. It's mostly freeze dried. This container's getting quite full, actually. So I'll probably pull everything out of here reorganize and put these Mylar packets probably on the bottom, because I have the expensive factory made, freeze dried and sealed for 25 years properly items, such as the this one's from Legacy. I also have Mountain House and other brands, but this one's nitrogen flush with oxygen absorber. Everything's freeze dried. This is a lot of food though, guys. That's the problem with these larger packets. If I'm just a single guy and I open this, and if I don't have a resealing device, luckily I do, you know, that's a lot of food wasted. That's about half this Mylar container is ingredients. And are you really going to sit down and dominate a large bag of creamy potato soup in one sitting? I highly doubt it. It's wasteful. You're supposed to be stretching your food or rationing it throughout the year, and then as the years progress, the threat should reduce, so you can maybe go a little, you know, treat yourself every once in a while, have a little extra, whatever. But like I say, guys, there's I really don't like these larger bags, especially if you're just a single guy, because no one's gonna kill a whole bag by themselves unless you haven't eaten for, you know, a couple weeks, realistically. But as you can see, this container is getting quite full. If I reorganize it a little better, I should be able to get us down to maybe the 3/4 full mark. Right now it's just past that a little bit. But if I reorganize this and get things properly set inside the container, this is a pretty deep container, then I can continue to use it. But I ordered a sealing machine from Wish, which is a vacuum sealer as well. So I will shoot a video of that when it arrives, and yeah. So hopefully you guys have a box similar to this or something at your place for an emergency. This doesn't take up a whole lot of space, guys. This is you know, this is next to my dresser. There's the dresser. There's the little, you know, box. Well, it's not a little box, but that's a ton of food in there. I'm guessing if you ration this would be, if it was just me and I didn't have to provide for my family, which I should anyway, but just for this example, this would probably last me quite a bit, especially if I'm rationing and being careful with what I got. And to help you ration is kind of a natural thing, because not everybody's going to have access to a lot of water, and some of these meals will eat up quite a bit of water for preparation wise. Dry goods, you have to soak some of the dry goods in water, a jar of water, overnight, or maybe even 2 days. Like normally beans, and it's mostly beans and barley. You can get away with a day, but some beans you almost have to go to the full 2 days before you even think about eating them. So you want to soak those for 2 days, drain the water, wash the beans off, throw it in maybe a pot of fresh water, throw your spices in, throw the beans in, make a little bean soup, throw some rice in there, whatever you're going to do. But beans and these dry goods items, they basically eat up a lot of water. So if water is a premium, you're going to have to go to, you know, you're going to have to be careful. And some of this dehydrated food absorbs a ton of water. So if water's at a premium, guys, you're going to be getting into this stuff that doesn't require too much, like rice, Maybe you'll just do like a handful of rice in a would be a cup of water, half a cup of water, and if that's all you can do, and then throw some spices into the mix until you get maybe a bulk supply of water put back for the other meals, other types. It's all stuff you got to think about when you're in a shit hit the fan. Water's at the premium, food's at the premium. You want to be the most efficient with the amount of water you have on hand, because who knows if you can even get to your water source the next day or the next week or whatever. Hopefully you'll have an easy time getting there, and it's on your property and you don't have a lot of issues. But you know, some people are going to have to think about that. What are they going to do when the water source is across town or something, and they got to you know, stealthily go out, collect water, bring it back, and hopefully not be discovered or followed by you know, there's some nasty people out there that, hey, they know where you're at, they know you're trying to survive, they're trying to survive, they're just going to come and take your stuff at night or whatever. So you got to be kind of careful. So that's the end of this video, guys. Just showing off a little bit of what I got so far, and we'll see you on the next one.